All right, I want to talk about Meta ads versus Google ads, and I know my drawings are not amazing, but just stick with me here. And let's start off with Meta ads. Meta ads is the most common, so we'll just say most common. Also, it is the most viewed because I think we can both agree that scrolling on Instagram or scrolling on Facebook is a lot more common than just scrolling on Google, right? Because there is no scrolling on Google. I think you can agree there's probably more people on Meta. So we'll also say most viewed, meaning you also have the highest likelihood to reach the homeowners, which they are on Meta. Trust me, Meta ads do work. Also, for Meta, you can see the fastest results. So we're going to talk about pros first, and then we're going to talk about cons last. So let's talk about the pros of Google ads. The pros of Google ads is they're the most qualified. I mean, the people who will see you on Meta are people who are just scrolling, possibly needed a roof replacement, and now they saw an ad and they clicked on it. For Google, it's people looking up roofing company near me. So the people who are opting in on those types of Google ads, they're there for a reason. They're not just looking up for handyman near me. They're not looking up for gutter guy near me. Maybe they were if your targeting is off, but they are looking for a roofing company. They're looking for a remodeling company. They're looking for a window company. So you're going to get a pretty high contact rate, even if you respond to them maybe like a day later. And I really, really recommend that you make sure you call leads within 5 minutes. This is not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes. It is incredibly important that you call leads within 2 minutes. But for Google ads, you've got some slack because they really are interested and they're just waiting. Now also, for Google ads, you can see the most consistency. Since with Google ads, you are just putting up an ad and it's just going to consistently get you people looking for roofing companies near me. You can also do local service ads, which, I mean, it has the same logo as this, but local service ads, very consistent. It just relies on your review velocity. So you have to make sure you're getting at least 1 to 2 reviews a week for local service ads to start really picking up. But it's the most consistent. So once it starts going, you're going. You're going to start consistently starting seeing leads consistently week after week, day after day, depending on how much you're spending. But I want to talk about the cons here for a second because it's all not sunshine and rainbows for home service businesses that do Meta ads or Google ads. I want to talk about Meta ads and the real ugly truth behind both of them. And I want you to make your decision at the end of this with all the information you've got. At the end of the day, I'm making this video not to sway you in one direction, but to show you all of the evidence and you make your decision from there. So here's the cons of Meta ads. The bad thing about Meta ads is that you can get some unqualified people. And I purposely put sometimes in parentheses because if you truly filter people properly, and Stoy Media does this, we generate our leads for the pay-per-lead program through Meta. And as long as we qualify them with our 4-point qualifying system, then we will get qualified people for you, like people interested in roof replacements or bathroom remodels or window replacements or siding replacements or whatever it is. You will get the qualified people. But the thing is, you can easily get unqualified people because they're people just scrolling and they just happen to come across and maybe they were curious, oh, what does my roof cost? So let's just find out. If you have those instant quoting tools on your roofing company's landing page or your bathroom remodeling landing page, I don't know if they really do that for bathroom remodeling, but for roofing specific, if you have the instant quoting tools, people may just opt in just to find out how much the roof is, just to like waste your time. Another big one for Meta is that things kind of die out faster. So you may have to replace ads bi-weekly or monthly to make sure that you're constantly on top of the volume that Meta requires, especially with the new Meta Andromeda update, which will be linked in the top left or the top right for your view of what does the Meta Andromeda update now require. It basically requires more ads and a higher diversity of ads now. So I just want you to be clear. Your ads are just going to die faster. For Google, you could run a campaign and just leave that on for the next 6 months. You could set it and literally forget it and it will just start getting you leads. Like, yes, you need to do split testing and all of that, but Meta, you're just going to have to do a lot more replacement. And another pretty bad one, and now I want to move on to Google because I've said plenty about Meta, but let's talk about Google really quickly. What's bad about Google is high spend. You need to consistently spend quite a bit of money to make sure that Google ads works well. The companies who are the biggest in your industry probably have $100,000 a month in Google ads. That's why Meta ads is a little bit easier because it's easier to be scrappy over it. You can easily start getting quick results, which if you have a good qualification process and a good offer, can also get you lots of sales. Google ads is high spend. You need to spend quite a bit of money and then it will start working. It also takes about 90 days for results, which is also another unfortunate part. Unlike Meta ads, which you can start getting results within about a week, for Google ads, it may take 90 days for you to start seeing your first handful of leads. It may take you 30 or 60 days to start seeing your first handful of leads, but by 90 days, that's usually where you are like your best, and then you just start coasting from there. And then obviously you increase your spend, you start getting more. But for Google ads, it's not just some quick thing where you just start turning things on and things start working. Google ads, it's kind of slow. You have to make sure that everything is optimized and lined up. And the thing is, when we're talking about high spenders in your home service industry, it's way better to be running Meta ads against your high spender, because in Meta ads, when someone opts into one, let's say for example, you're in roofing. If someone opts into one roofing company's landing page, the next thing that they're going to start seeing is another roofing company, and then another roofing company, and then another roofing company. So just to make this clear, the really high spender in your area is going to get those first leads, but then you're going to trickle down into that effect too. So if they're doing all this top of funnel and middle of funnel things where they're just getting new people into getting a roof quote, then the next couple people they're going to see is other roofers, other roofing companies. So you can easily benefit from the high spenders. Now for Google, not really sure how often people are going to go down the list and start opting into everybody. So when you just get the first one, that's kind of it. They usually just bounce and leave or go on Google Maps and start contacting people from there. So everyone is also very different. And what we're seeing now is tracking is getting really hard because people may see you on Meta and then they may search you up on Google and then click the ad from there. And then from there, was it a Google ad conversion or was it a Meta ad one, right? So there's a lot of tracking nuances, but this is kind of the basics here. For Google, you're going to see very consistent results. It's going to be a higher cost per lead because it's going to require you to have a higher spend. It's going to take longer for you to get results, but you will see consistent results for a long time. For Meta, you're going to see fast results. You're going to be able to piggyback off of the big guys who have got a lot of marketing spend, but you may have some unqualified people, which requires you to have better qualification processes, and it's going to require more creative velocity because of the Meta Andromeda update, which, as I mentioned, feel free to check out that video. And I hope you learned something from that one because it's what's happening now. You can either piggyback from it and learn from the Meta Andromeda update, or you can die from it because it's not how things were in 2014 where you could target income levels. It's not like that anymore. They track a lot of data about you, but you have to know how to do it. And so if all of this makes sense, just let me know, drop a comment. And if you have any other questions, just let me know in the comments. If you're looking for a marketing agency to run your Meta ads or your Google ads, or even do a pay-per-lead program, then just check out in the comments. There's going to be 2 links and we can just jump on a quick discovery call and see if our companies will be a good fit and if we'll actually be able to help you guys out. So feel free to check those out. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments.